Good viewers, still on the update about the Niger coup. Now, the France government have started evacuating their citizens and some of their valuable equipment in Niger, like airplane and some other machineries. But I have to categorically state that France is planning to invade Niger Republic. They are planning military action. They are planning military strike. But that should be condemnable. That should not be allowed on the African soil. The reason I'm saying this is because it has been years that Russia invaded Ukraine. Now, the war in Ukraine is still going. Whether we call it war, I will call it, I don't know the right statement to use about it, but I think it is a war in Ukraine. And this is a European country. And France, Italy, all these countries that are warming up because of military coup that happens in Niger, they are seeing what is going on in Ukraine. What stops them not to invade Russia if they have what it takes to do that? What are they waiting for? Must they use African countries to practicalize how they train their militaries? Why is it that European countries, including America, they always like to show their power in African soil? The European countries that have been invaded by Russia, there are crises over there. They are unable to solve it. All the whole military aid they are giving to Ukraine did not save them. They're supposed to have initiated a diplomatic solution between Russia and Ukraine. And that solves it. Not going with military aiding Ukraine with military equipment. Now, you could see that the whole thing has escalated and it is becoming worse every day. The situation is only the citizens that are suffering it. The other countries that are aiding them, go and fight, they are not suffering it. So why am I saying this? Europeans, Americans, nobody should invade African soil anymore. What they did in Libya so many years is still affecting us up to today. Libya is a country that so many Africans even run to for job, for so many things. Libya was a very, very good country. So many people were not crossing the Mediterranean Sea going into Europe because Libya was like a refuge to so many Africans. But after what they did, what the NATO did in Libya by killing Gaddafi, at the end, we are the ones suffering it. The terrorism spread because everybody have to acquire a gun to defend itself, no government anymore. Things went absolutely wrong. And this is what these people are trying to repeat in Niger. We are saying no, it is a shameful situation that you have a war in your own continent, in Europe. You have an invasion. Russia invaded Ukraine, and you say you are supporting Ukraine, and you are unable to solve the situation. You are unable to help them. But the military coup that happens where that is not your continent. This is an indigenous people's problem. You want to invade it. I think it is a shameful situation, and all these countries have to be ashamed of themselves. And I like sometimes, not that I support Russia invasion into Ukraine. It is condemnable. Very, very condemnable. Don't quote me wrong for that. But I like the way Russia do their things. They don't put mouth in so many countries' affairs unless you call them in. So if they do not call you in, you should not put mouth into other countries' affairs. And I'm using this opportunity to warn ECOWAS. ECOWAS don't know what they're supposed to do. This is Economic Community of West African States. I think everything they could do is all about diplomacy. They should go and talk to the people. By the way, if they says that democracy is the government of the people, I'm sure the people are happy that the coup happens in their country because they have been suffering, they have been going through a lot of things. So I don't see anything wrong with it. So if these people says they are happy with the military leadership, with the military rule, I think it's also a form of military democracy because the people want it. What we call democracy in Africa is not democracy because so many people's wish does not put the president or the people in power there. The people in power, they get there because they pass through illegal means by rigging the elections, suppressing the will of the people because they have the political power. So this is the situation we're having in Africa. And we are condemning any invasion or any military action that is going to take place in Niger. However, we are asking that people should go and take a diplomatic step, not a military action. Every country that there have been wars, there have been crises, there have been tension, the military intervention is not helping out. It is diplomatic actions that helps, not military intervention. So that is the reason why I'm saying this and making this video, that all we need is diplomacy, not military intervention in Niger. Thank you for listening. Until my next video, I am Okochapi myself.